Courtney Cox here with Nick Goss at the Garden as the Bruins fall to the Senators 4-3 in overtime, the second OT loss for the Bruins in overtime in this series. So let's start right there. What does that say about this team playing in overtime?
Well, the penalty that Riley Nash took is the story. It was a very controversial play. They were letting a lot of rough stuff go all night. Mark Mathot was getting in stuff all the time on the Bruins. And, Riley Nash gets hit along the boards. He retaliates. As happens all the time, the referee only sees the retaliation. He puts Riley Nash in the box. He doesn't take both of them, which he probably should. And then the Bruins have a defensive breakdown. Bobby Ryan scores the winning goal. They've got to clean up that area defensively, and it's very hard to control yourself in this intensity of a game. But when someone's pushing you, you can't fight back, because if you put yourself in that spot in OT, the Senators have the skill to punish you, and we saw that they did.
Well, we know they lost in OT, but how'd they get there? They came back from a 3-goal deficit. So you got to give the Bruins credit where credit is due. That says a lot about this team.
It really does. The Bruins have been resilient all year. They've been very up and down, but they fought back pretty well. But at the same time, it's nice to get those 3 goals in the second period, but you can't fall down 3-0. You're not going to come back all the time. They had a pretty poor start in Game 1, able to overcome it with a third period comeback. They did it again tonight, but catch-up hockey is losing hockey. If you put yourself in a bad spot too many times, it's not going to come out. The percentages just aren't there. And if the Bruins want to get back in this series, they have to get a better start. Get the first goal, play with the momentum, and not allow Ottawa to dictate the pace and set up their neutral zone trap.
Well, I think another storyline here is how many players are getting their first ice time in the playoffs for an NHL team. You look at Tommy Cross, you look at Noel Chari, both guys getting their first playoff appearance tonight. Noel, of course, coming away with a goal, Tommy coming away with an assist. How impressive is it for this team to have so many guys that aren't used to playing in this atmosphere come out and show what we saw tonight?
It's really impressive. A lot of times when teams are down to their 12th, 13th defenseman, 8th and 9th, or 12th and 13th forward, 8th and 9th defenseman, it really shows. But the Bruins have integrated so many guys into the lineup this season, so that even though they don't have the experience in the playoffs, they know the system. A lot of them played under Bruce Cassidy when he was the coach for the Providence Bruins, so they know how he operates and they know how he wants to play. And Chari, for him to come in and get a goal was huge. It was their first goal of the game. It jump-started their comeback. So it's not only good for the Bruins now, but it's good for their future. It shows them which guys are capable of handling playoff hockey, handling the pressure that comes with it. So it's really a twofold process. They find out what these guys have now and what they could bring in the future.
Well, we're seeing good play out of them, but they're still losing. So any guys that you'd like to see come back in Game 4 that may be injured right now?
Well, they really need Torrey Krug back. He's a great puck mover. He's great on the power play. He has experience. He was walking in the press box this game, which is a good sign, I would think. We still don't really have too many details on how close he is to coming back, but I think if the Bruins could pick one player to come back from injury, it would be Torrey, because they need help on the blue line.
All right, well, we have Game 4 coming your way on Wednesday right here at the Garden, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch that right here at NESN, and you want to make sure to follow along with Nick on Twitter at Nick Goss NESN or myself at Cox Courtney. But keep it locked in right here at NESN.com for all your NHL playoff needs.